What's up guys, Rob the Awesome here, and today we're back with some more awesome TF2 loadouts. This series is dedicated to showing off awesome weapon and cosmetic combinations in TF2 to make the game that much more fun to play. There are thousands of weapon combinations to choose from that can improve the gameplay experience immensely, but today we're going to be looking at a loadout that takes a peek into the future, where engineers have all the tools they'll need to stop anything or anyone from taking them down. I bring to you guys the Futuristic Engineer Loadout, a utility-oriented variation on the NG that will counter any and all classes from knocking you down a peg. Whether it be a soldier with their rockets, a jumpy scout, stealthy spies, or a medic and heavy combo, you'll have ways of dealing with the problem without needing to trade in your life. Things may have been complicated in the past, but with these futuristic weapons, things just became a whole lot easier. Teleportation, disabling projectiles, reducing cloak and overcharge, what more could you ask for? You've got all the utilities you'll need to succeed, and combining them together for the ultimate loadout just makes them a whole lot stronger. Your primary gun has infinite ammo and decreases overcharge and cloak like they never even had it. Your hand cannon makes rockets and bombs disappear out of thin air, and your wrench will give you the escape and flank routes you'll need to vanish out of the blue and into the kill zone. People will be mesmerized by what the future has to offer. Some will accept it, and others will try to take you down. Whether or not they succeed, one thing is always guaranteed. You'll be back faster than Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator movies. The loadout consists of the Thompson 6000, the Short Circuit, and the Eureka effect, all items that are perfect for bringing the space age right to your opponents. Although the weapons look neat with the setup, it's not enough though that they have a theme. We also have to take a look at the weapons individually in order to assess the loadout in its entirety. In the primary slot, the Thompson 6000 shoots a total of 4 laser beams per meter charge that are slow moving, yet do decent damage in short to mid-range combat. The damage is different in relation to standard shotguns. Instead of individual pellets doing aggressive damage altogether, the projectile does between 32 to 72 damage per shot, which again does decent damage in short to mid-range combat. It's alright damage-wise, but on the bright side, this invention does not require ammunition, giving the user an infinite amount of lasers to worry less about the ammo and more on getting that well-deserved kill. On top of the infinite amount of charges, the projectile itself cannot be deflected by a pyro, making this a strong weapon against aggressive and defensive pyros that tend to air blast a lot. The laser beams also hold special futuristic abilities that will give your team the edge in the fight. On hit, medics lose 10% of their overcharge, and spies lose 20% of their cloak meter, giving your team overcharge advantage and lessening the spy's effectiveness with every hit you make. You transform a major game-changing mechanic, which is overcharge, and the spy's main getaway tool, cloaking, and drain a good chunk of it to help your team extensively and boost your team's chances of winning. The only downside this weapon wields is that it does 20% less damage to buildings, which, in all honesty, isn't important for the engineer's main role. This massive game-changing projectile-based weapon can give the confidence you and your team needs to pull off a victory. And although the damage may not be up to par with a normal shotgun, the utility this weapon offers far makes up for that. With very little downsides, this is definitely a staple primary for any and all futuristic engineers. Now, let's see how this primary weapon pairs up with the rest of the set. In the secondary slot, the Short Circuit is your gateway for doing controlled damage and protecting against any and all projectiles traveling towards you. This gun's damage is just as odd as your primary, as it doesn't do the same type of damage as a standard pistol would. You have a primary and a secondary fire with this weapon. The primary fire does 10 damage per hit and fires at 0.15 seconds a shot, doing a good 70 damage per second. However, the secondary fire auto-locks on any target within range, doing 20 damage at a 0.5 second interval, only doing 40 damage per second, but is guaranteed damage compared to the primary function. Each shot from your primary fire takes 5 metal away from your total metal count, which can be a huge risk when reserving that stash for future buildings, but heeds great rewards for finishing off targets that are low on HP. The alt fire uses up 10 metal per attack, using up an additional 5 metal for the auto lock capabilities, and it takes an additional 5 metal on top of that for every projectile destroyed with the auto lock function. That's right, you can destroy bombs, rockets, arrows, almost every projectile in the game to make them absolutely useless in battle and protect both teammates and buildings alike. The best part is that there is no need to reload the weapon at all. Just fire away as many times as you like. That is, if you have the metal to spend, that is. Lastly, there aren't any random critical hits on the weapon, but in the long run that doesn't matter, so there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. Not only can you take cloak and overcharge away with your primary gun, but you can also stop projectiles and lock on instant damage to anybody around your area. Sounds like a wonderful feature to stop those annoying pesky scouts from jumping everywhere. Good riddance. So many crazy utilities in one loadout. Is this what the future is like? How exciting! Let's see what the last weapon in this arsenal has in store for our futuristic engineer. In the melee slot, the Eureka effect is the shocking new wrench from the future. It acts like a regular wrench, yet does so much more. For example, by pressing your reload key while you have the weapon out, you can choose to teleport to either spawn or an already made teleporter exit. How cool is that? If you need to head to spawn for more resources to build up your nest, or abandon the nest in light of enemy attack, you can use your newfound teleporting powers to take you away from danger in a flash. Not only that, but the metal cost for upgrading and constructing teleporters is reduced by 50%, turning the construction cost from 50 into 25 per teleporter, and transforms the 200 upgrade cost into 100 per level. Cheap teleporters will be a huge importance for your team to get to the front lines faster, and at the same time makes things a whole lot easier when placing teleporter exits for a free teleportation location anywhere on the map. As neat as teleportation is, these amazing powers come at a cost. The construction hit speed boost is decreased by 50%, making it hard to get buildings up fast when applying new or pre-existing buildings off the ground. This can be difficult to bring a building to life against very aggressive teams, but matched with your teleporting powers to spawn, you can get the upper hand in laying sentries down before they can even get the chance. Lastly, you receive 20% less metal from pickups and dispensers, making it insanely hard to upkeep metal constantly to save buildings and create new ones. So, maintaining a sentry nest may not be the strong point with this weapon, but with your newfound teleporting powers, projectile destroying secondary, and insanely useful primary weapon, you are ready for anything the enemy team throws at you. And if anyone decides to take down your nest as it's slowly building up, you can just counter the attacks with the array of utilities this loadout has to offer. There is so much you can do to help yourself and your team with just one loadout. Whether on offense or on defense, you're gonna deal some heavy damage to anybody that stands in your way. Not to mention how cool and high-tech the weapons are. It's very stylish and threatening at first glance. The future is exciting. No matter where you are on the map, you are prepared to handle any and all situations. The future tech will put you one step ahead of your opponents. But enough about the weapons. Let's pair these weapons with the cosmetic items that give this set the full-on futuristic effect. There are a ton of opportunities to turn the engineer into a Terminator from the future. After all, his future self does appear in the comics. With the 3 cosmetic slots the game offers, I suggest a hat or hairpiece, an apparel, and an extra piece to make the whole thing stand out. In order to achieve that futuristic look, it's only fitting to wear something that's far out into the future. With the hats and hairpieces available, I suggest the Safe and Sound, the virtual reality headset, the Brainiac hairpiece, the Tin 1000, the Dead or Alive, the Flash of Inspiration, the Phononaut, and the Universal Translator to get that maximum futuristic appeal. Another way to boost up your Terminator aspect is to find a cool looking apparel that goes well with the headpiece. Some suggestions I could make would be the Antarctic Researcher, the Thermal Insulation Lair, Tools of the Trade, the Iron Lung, and the Rocket Operator are all perfect pieces of clothing that innovate futuristic styles of apparel. Lastly, you'll need that piece of equipment that will send you soaring to the edge of space. New age pieces include the Googly Gazer, the Pip-Boy, the Brainiac Goggles, the Trash Toter, the Life Support System, Beat-Boy, the Reboot, and the head-mounted Double Observatory are the final pieces you'll need to make that futuristic engineer stand out. Looks like the future's looking up to be super cool. Engineer's just a beast with such a powerful arsenal. There's just so much you can do with such an array of utilities that will certainly help rejuvenate that passion for the game. It's crazy, insane, and overall fun. You don't even need the cosmetics to have a good time with the awesome combinations that weapons present themselves to have. I suggest you all give this awesome TF2 loadout a try. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like these types of videos, leave a like and subscribe. And if you got your very own loadout you want me to show off, you can even put that in the comments as well. Remember to be awesome, stay awesome, and to have an awesome day. I'm Rob the Awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.
Motherfucker, I'm awesome. No, you're not, dude. Don't lie. I'm awesome. I'm driving around in my mom's ride. I'm awesome. A quarter of my life gone by, and I met all my friends online. Motherfucker, I'm awesome. I will run away from a brawl. I'm awesome. There's no voicemail, nobody calls. I'm awesome. I can't afford to buy 8 balls, and I talk to myself on my Facebook wall. You know my pants sag.